Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Welcome to the Rocket Right Show, starring Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar. Two busy blondes with their fingers on the pulse of all things Louisiana. Events, health, leisure, entertainment, and more. It's the Rocket Right Show. And now, here's Betsy and Kay.
Welcome. We're so glad that you could be with us. And we say, let's throw your mask off. Unless you feel the need to wear one because you're just trying to be careful. But this week we had big news that some of the things that we've been holding back on are finally opening up. And so we're really looking forward to some live music, some good times, some fundraisers, some shucking and jiving, maybe even a little hugging and kissing at whatever kind of fun thing we are celebrating because we're about to be celebrating a whole lot. So socially distance and be careful. We want to make sure that everybody's healthy, but at the same time, can we please get back to being the Louisiana we are, that we know and we love?
Heck yeah, about time.
I know. Kay's holding in her enthusiasm. I've got enough for both of us because it's really been a good week. And next week's going to even be a better week. So we're really excited to bring you some good information. We're going to be talking in a moment about the Guardian Foundation's Guardian Day. And you're really going to want to know about this and support our first responders throughout the greater Baton Rouge area and their families that are in need. And then we're really excited because we're going to be, see, I'm just so excited.
We're celebrating. That's why I brought cupcakes, Betsy.
I
brought boozy cupcakes.
That's right. And so we're celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Texas Club with Mark Rogers, who just had his birthday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he just had his birthday.
And there's some amazing history there, and he's going to talk about that. And their 40th anniversary celebration is coming up this Saturday, and I'm so excited that my son CJ is coming in from Nashville to play that show. So I want everybody to be there, and if they're a VIP, they're going to get to have some of these boozy cupcakes.
I hope the VIPs get bigger cupcakes than those because those are kind of like
there's just going to be a lot of them, so you only have one bite, and you got to do that,
That's just enough for me.
And people don't want to cut a cake these days, They want their own little tiny piece, and put it right in your mouth.
Yep.
So it'll work. And then we have date
talking
night.
about the mouth.
Yeah,
talking about the mouth. We're going to be talking with dentist Leah Larson, who we were talking about Head and Neck Cancer Awareness Month, and there's a whole lot of reasons that you should have your 6-month checkup with your dentist, and she's going to share that and has some photos that is going to be pretty enlightening. And then,
and then we have her husband who's coming on, Stephen Hightower. He is the principal for City Hospitality Group, some of our favorites, also a big sponsor of ours with City Pork, City Slice, Rouge Creole, Beau Soleil, and City Pork Catering, and soon, maybe more. So we're going to talk with him.
All of that.
I know you're already wondering, who are these handsome gentlemen sitting with us already? Who are they? These are two of the principals for the Guardian Foundation, Dwayne Wheeler and Robert Stone. And so we are very excited to support their efforts in raising funds for first responders and their family members who might be in need. Maybe financial need because of medical expenses or something like that. So tell us what you have going on because you got some really cool music and people helping you.
First thing I want to do is thank Rocket Right Radio and
thank you.
Betsy and Kay. Thank y'all for having us on the show.
Thank you very much.
well, we're glad you could join us.
I'll let Robert tell you a little bit about who we are and what we are, and then I'll talk a little bit after him.
So the Guardian Foundation was kind of a brainchild of some local first responders. We've got people that are suffering medical issues that are local first responders or their family members are suffering from medical issues, and they're in a financial crisis due to these medical issues. We're trying to raise a little bit of awareness amongst ourselves, the local first responders, to help these families. We want to help them out financially and do what we can. We've got to start taking care of each other. There's too much separation between everybody, and we really want to start looking out, hence the name Guardian. If you look at our logo, There's a big eagle there. It's got its arms out or its wings out, and basically we all need to come together.
So this encompasses fire, EMS, police everywhere, and their families. It's something that we want to make an annual event and take care of as many people as we can.
And how long have y'all been doing this?
We just started, about 2-3 months ago?
About 2 or 3 months ago. It's taken a little bit to get us off the ground.
And you got your first fundraiser that we want to talk about. That's going to be a big outdoor event.
Yes.
But tell us a little bit about some of the needs that people might have who are in families of first responders that you want to help, that you foresee helping.
Right now, the families that we've got that we're trying to help and support, 4 of those families are battling cancer. They're direct members of these agencies and their families. And we've got a guy that's 40 years old, had a heart attack, and very little insurance. So we're taking those people under our wings and helping them out best we can. Our event, Guardian Day.
I like what you did there, under our wings.
That's right,
I like what you did there.
And I didn't even mean to do it.
Yeah.
May 8th, Guardian Day.
Yes.
We can't thank the Furman family enough for taking us in and letting us do this on their place. It's 773 Highway 409, also known as Riley Road, Slaughter, Louisiana. We're going to have a big event that day. We're going to have a couple of big bands. Floyd Brown, everybody knows Floyd Brown.
Yes.
You've heard of
Yes.
him.
Your music starts about 11.
Actually, it's going to start at 11. Rodney Boyd is a local DJ from Central Louisiana. He's coming in to DJ for us from 11 to 4. Floyd Brown's going to take over from 4 to about 7 or so, and then Parish County Line.
We love
Big band.
them.
They're rolling in at
That's
7,
great.
taking it on into the night.
That is great. So you don't have an end time, but you got a start time at 11, so you can go early with the kids, or you can get a babysitter later, whatever you want to do. But you're going to have food.
We're going to have food. Jason Jackson from the Francis is coming in. He's donating a bunch of crawfish. He's coming to cook it himself. Cast iron cookers. They're cooking a big pot of jambalaya.
We love them.
Hamburgers,
Absolutely.
hot dogs. It's all going to be under roof. This event's going to go rain or shine.
Yep.
It's going to be a great event. There's going to be a lot of people. We've got, I can't tell you how many door prizes or silent auction items and things we're going to have available for people to look at, bid on. It's going to be a great time.
We've got to mention Dwayne Stabler Foundation.
Yes.
They're one of our
Yes.
biggest sponsors. They kicked in, and it was just a matter of talking to them a little bit and telling them who we were and what we were doing, and they jumped on board full steam.
So Wayne Stabler has Stabs, Little Village, Palermo,
That's right.
and a lot of other restaurants. And he's also done disaster relief catering in the past.
That's right.
And then you got some other sponsors as well.
We've got some
Yes.
other sponsors as well. Sunshine Equipment Company, they're jumping in. Like the Furman Construction Company, they're opening their doors to us and taking us in.
I love Pete Furman. Very
Absolutely.
generous.
Pete is a good guy.
Las Palmas Restaurant in Central Louisiana, they didn't bat an eye. Gil Mathern, GM Enterprises
Yeah.
in Central, didn't bat an eye to help us out. We've got a lot of good
Pastimes
people.
Restaurant.
Pastime
Randy
Restaurant.
Wesley at Pastimes.
Farrell Rose, he's supplying some jump houses and a Dunkin' booth, which yours truly will be in. We might even be able to get.
Come dunk us.
I don't know
Come
about
dunk
that.
us. There's a
I'm
fee.
gonna go with Brett
There is
for
a
that one.
fee.
Duncan here might not look so
And I'm going
good.
to tell you, I'm going to go ahead and just issue out this official challenge
Accepted already. I know
to
it's
all the
coming.
board members of the foundation. There's 5 of us, and whoever raises the most money will have those bragging rights from the Dunkin' booth.
There's a
So,
link you can click on the Guardian Foundation.
so yes,
and
we
Robert
have a
will tell you in
Facebook.
just
We have a
minute.
Facebook page.
But when you go on there, on the Facebook page, and you want to donate to us, which we hope you all will, kick in an extra $5 and put my name on it. Dwayne Wheeler. That way we can smoke it.
Let me just say, bring your ones and save them for Saturday during the day, not Saturday night. Bring your ones and come throw them on the Dunkin' booth.
Okay.
But we do have a Facebook page.
Yeah, tell us the Facebook
So-
page and a website.
And we have a
Facebook
flyer,
page,
too.
Yes, our Facebook page is Guardian Foundation on Facebook, and the event is Guardian Day. If you find our Facebook page, should be pretty simple. It'll have our logo there. It's a red and blue eagle. It's kind of a shield. Look for the donate button, or I'm sorry.
Guardian Day BR.
Yeah, well, that's the website.
Website,
But if you look on the
Guardian
Facebook and you look at the shop button, you'll find where you can donate to the cause. We also have our Gmail account. It's guardiandaybr@gmail.com, and you can donate to that via PayPal.
Yeah, don't hold back. Feel free to donate to take care of our first responders. You know, nobody expects cancer.
Right.
Nobody expects a heart attack, especially when you're the breadwinner of the family and you're 40 years old and you just need some love and some support. And I just admire what y'all are doing. So do you have any other sponsors that you want to mention?
Yes.
Did I mention 13th Gate Escape?
13th Gate.
Dwayne,
Yes.
Dwayne Sandburn.
Absolutely.
Always a great supporter.
Lipsy's.
Randy Wesley. Yeah.
I heard y'all are getting some shrimp.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the
Yes, ma'am.
Louisiana Seafood Board Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungasser donated a bunch of shrimp to our event, and we can't thank him and y'all enough for
He
that.
supports
Absolutely.
first responders
Yes.
always, and this is such a great cause. So it's going to be at the Furman Barn
Yes,
for
ma'am.
Furman Construction. It's going to be in Slaughter. We're going to go share on our Facebook page some of the information so you can find it and all the links and all the different ways people can find you. So what are some of the things that people bring their kids out you can do? Because we just have about a minute. Tell us what kids can do during the day, because we know the parents are going to be dancing at night.
Well, of course you'll be able to eat.
Fishing.
Of course you'll be able to eat. Like I said,
Eat.
we're going to have eating. This
Come
is South
hungry.
Louisiana. We're going to have music. We're going to have eating. We're going to have jump houses for the kids.
That's why we love where we're from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Furmans are opening up one of their lakes to fishing. We're going to have about 5,000-6,000 crickets that
Oh, I'm bringing
Sullivan's
my rod and
Hardware,
reel.
Lance at Sullivan Hardware is donating the crickets to us. So we're going to have free fishing for the kids and some of the adults that want to fish.
Bring your
And
fishing rods.
Hay rides. John Deere, they're supplying a tractor and some equipment
Well, the
to have a
Furmans have
hayride.
an older tractor. Yeah.
Just updated that.
yeah.
And folks just need to come out. They don't need any advance tickets before coming. They
It's
just
free-
show up
free
that
admission.
day.
Free
There's no
admission.
Free admission.
Free admission. We want everybody to come out and have a good time. We want to do a little fellowship. We're trying to promote these families and do what we can for them. So obviously we want you to
Donate.
bring some money, buy our food, have a few beverages, enjoy the bands, and
So the food and
let's
beverages.
get back to normal.
Yeah, let's get back to normal.
Absolutely.
The
Yeah.
food and beverages you come out and buy.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's free admission,
Free admission,
free fishing.
free fishing,
Oh, that's so
and we're
awesome.
supplying the crickets.
And a quick shout out to two board members, Jared Daniel
Yes.
and Laura Stagg.
Wow.
They're on the board with us, and they have.
They just couldn't make it.
yes,
Sure.
they've done
Yeah.
plenty.
Gosh, thank y'all so much. And look, prayers and dollars for the guardians
Absolutely.
who take care of us every time there's a difficulty. We just appreciate y'all so much. And thank you so much. And we're going to be
Thank
right
you for
back
having us on.
with
We
Mark
appreciate it.
Rogers with the Texas Club for their 40th anniversary.
Such a huge milestone.
That's right. It is.
And a big part of Baton Rouge history.
That's right. Every national band that's come through has come through the Texas Club. We're going to be right back. Hang tight.
There's a joy of life you'll find only in Louisiana. A spirit of celebration that takes your senses places they've never been before. Where expressions of joy are an art form and our way of life. Where an abundance of good food, good times, and great music means there's more than enough to go around. Come one, come y'all. Come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm John Goodman, inviting you to visit LouisianaTravel.com and plan your getaway today.
Young women are joining a movement to educate voters. Why? The need to represent our conservative and moderate values has never been more important. The values that made our nation the superpower it is. If you work, are in college, have children, every decision made at Louisiana State Capitol and City Council meetings impacts your wallet, your home, education, student loans, and everyday life. Become informed and involved through the LFRW Young Women's Initiative across Louisiana. Public policy impacts you and your family. Check out the Young Women's Initiative by emailing lfrw region1vp@gmail.com or call 504-382-3474. We look forward to talking to you soon.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Visit one of our 21 state parks all over Louisiana.
Let's go to the state park. There are 21 of them, you know. And state parks have biking and hiking, tubing, and we can even ride horses. Or we can go exploring and even swim by a beach. They have cabins, really nice ones, with long fishing piers.
Don't forget to tell them about the discounts.
Oh yeah, book 3 nights and we get the 4th night free.
Great job.
Thanks.
Louisiana State Parks, we're ready for your adventure.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Mcmorris of Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, conveniently located off the I-12 corridor in Walker and Albany. If you suffer from sciatica, migraines, or other pain conditions, give us a call to see if we have a technique that best fits you. We have multiple techniques including chiropractic adjustments, massage therapy, dry needling, rehab, and much more. Again, I'm Dr. Ron Mcmorris with Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, Walker, and Albany.
Show. I'm Dr. Kay Solar in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes, and we're so excited to have with us Mark Rogers, the owner of the Texas Club, and getting ready for a big 40 years.
40th anniversary.
That's a huge milestone.
Right after your birthday.
Mark.
You just had a birthday this week.
You know, that's a long time, 40 years.
You know, it is.
I was pretty young when we opened that club up.
You was just a baby, right?
Of course.
And so was Mike, because his birthday was, what, a month ago?
And we had a big celebration.
Yes, which was great. I was there. I loved it. So I'm just hoping that with the 40th anniversary celebration, it means that we're just going to keep on keeping on, right?
As long as we can, as long as Louisiana lets us.
Absolutely. Well, I want to go way back in time because I don't know. I mean... But, you know, I don't know if everybody knows.
It wasn't that long ago, was it?
40 years?
Yeah,
Look, it seems like yesterday.
But, you know,
we were graduating high school about that time. So.
But, you know, when people, if anyone goes to your website and looks at the history, I think that even though they may have been to shows there over and over, they will probably be amazed at some of the acts that have played there through the years. I mean, because they think about country, but even some of the rock acts, when I looked at, you know, Three Dog Night, Joan Jett, I mean, that's crazy.
Yep.
The Allman Brothers.
The Allman Brothers. Oh.
Sticks.
I know. I mean, my husband, that Allman show, I forget, it was like 2 of them together or something like that. It was, my husband was like, man, I wish I was there back then, because had to be crazy.
It was... Dickie Betts opened for Greg Allman. At that time, Greg Allman was a solo artist.
Right.
The first time he came with Elvin Bishop.
That's the show. My husband loves Elvin Bishop, and he said, oh my gosh, I wish I could have gone back in time and been at that show, because that had to be freaking killer.
Well, the second time, when Dickie Betts opened, they weren't officially the Allman Brothers band. So when each one finished their show, they got together and jammed as Allman Brothers.
That's
1986.
Crazy history. Crazy history. So the opening
they might
date
not have even been a band if it wasn't for playing there together to hang out.
Well, I brought them back together. What can I say?
That's right.
Yeah. So the club opened April 22nd, 1981. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, how did how did you decide, and how did the family decide? Because this is the other cool thing, I think, is that it's been a family-owned and run business for all these years. How'd y'all decide to open a club?
Well, it was I don't know, it was a dream maybe, or an idea that just came to Mike and I one day, and we approached my dad. We were in the auto parts business.
Okay.
Mike and I had a store, my dad had them, but we were all in it together,
Mm-hmm.
And so everything we did together because we learned business from our dad,
Mm-hmm.
He went into business in 1961. So we opened up a club, our first club on Bennington Avenue. It was a disco.
Mm-hmm.
It was right after John Travolta's movie,
Right.
Staying Alive. And it lasted for about a year, and we totally failed at it. I mean, but it was a hell of a party for a year and a half, I can tell you that. Well, we leased it out, and another group made a country nightclub out of it. So there were a couple. But before we went out of business, I had to learn how to book entertainment. So where do you go in 1979? You go
There's
to the
no
Yellow
Google.
Pages, right? You go to the Yellow Pages.
Crazy.
And, I taught myself. It was tough, but we brought in Joe Stampley, and I remember we brought in Ohio players and grassroots and some rocks. But we also brought in Hank Williams Jr., and that's when I met him. And he suggested we put him in a bigger place the next time.
That's crazy.
And so we just kind of melded that idea, a country nightclub, which was very popular because the John Travolta movie again came out.
Mm-hmm. With Urban Cowboy?
Yes.
That's right.
And so Urban was real strong.
You had to learn different dance moves then.
Well, neither one of the country places at that time were doing live entertainment. So we decided to put live entertainment with the country, and those guys went away. We stayed. And
you're still here.
And we did our first show there.
Yeah.
I think it's really kind of cool
That's
that
great.
CJ has played with Hank Williams Jr. And it was when Up Down went number one. Like the next day, he's opening with Hank Williams and Leonard Skinner.
Yeah,
those are and that was in Raleigh, one of my very favorite places in the world.
that was.
But that was so cool. Just 2 years ago,
a huge big week.
A huge big week.
Yeah, it was a huge week. It's I don't think it could get any better than you have your first number one song as a songwriter and your idols you get to open for that weekend because, of course,
that's
he was
a surreal
huge Skinner
moment.
fan. But,
and so now CJ's coming to play for their 40th anniversary.
And he is so excited about that.
And that's on Saturday night, May 1st.
CJ's very impressive.
Thank you.
Out of all the people that came through, I have to admit, whenever there's a local kid making it big, you wonder, how big can he get? CJ's got the talent, and he can write, and that's what separates him from so many other artists.
Well,
he can write.
Well, thanks. And his second number one song, he had his second number one as a songwriter with Some Girls. Just in 2020, they didn't get to have a number one party in Nashville because they were all shut down due to COVID. So we're going to party it up for that as well with the hometown peeps, which is great. We got some pictures we have to show you. Let's show some of the ones from Mark. Tell us about the history. This is before there was even a building. Is that right?
Well, that building is the old Continental Trailways bus terminal that was taken apart downtown Baton Rouge. My dad was driving down the road, saw it, bought it from him. We moved it to a piece of property. It sat there for a while. And this was the opportunity for him to re-erect it. And that's him in the red cap with his back and supervising.
That's real history.
Great history.
Yeah.
And the signs changed just a little bit, but I bet it's still in the same spot, huh?
It is. Well, back then it was Texas Dance Hall.
Right.
And it was 100% country for the first year and a half. Until we remodeled and came back to Texas Club.
All right. And then look at those tickets. George Jones. I bet you have some stories about George Jones. He didn't write any tractor drunk up in there, but he probably had some stories.
He did get drunk in there. 1981 was a good show. 1986 was his drunk show. And he could not finish a line.
There's Hank.
There's Hank.
Yeah.
There's Hank.
And people are still standing up front at that same rail, right?
That's probably still. He played for 3 or 4 hours, and he came out with three dress changes, and played without a shirt for a while. He played every instrument, and it was incredible.
Yeah, he is amazing.
Yeah,
love him. And then so much history there. I know lots of folks have been there. I think they should, reminisce their past and come this weekend or.
What do you say?
Get ready for the future, too.
What do you say
for
we just
making it big time?
Celebrate the 40th anniversary for the whole year. because we didn't get to celebrate for a whole year. So why not have?
We're going to make it
other
last the whole year.
concerts
We
and
hope
stuff?
that
Yeah,
this
why
is
not?
just the beginning of it. So I think we got some flyers showing the 40th anniversary. That's the last show that CJ did there before COVID, which was around Mardi Gras of 2020, and then March came and things went away. So our cool flyer about
that's
the
great. I
event
love that
on
graphic.
Saturday. He's got a great graphic guy that puts things together. So we got some VIP tickets that for $30 you can get in early, pick your table out. You're gonna get some of these boozy cupcakes.
There's a
some
girls'
bar
night
snacks.
out that Abby Lee and Brittany Rose from Tiger 100.7 are going to be doing and promoting this week.
But anyone can get them VIP tickets and be a VIP with me. That's what I'm saying.
How do you get those
VIP.
again?
You just go to thetexasclub.com and get in there and get those. CJ's going to be giving away some handwritten lyrics. He's been busy writing lyrics for some girls, a chance to win that, plus his Opry debut pack with the official poster and a bottle of wine.
I have an idea.
What do you have an
He
idea?
needs to write a song about the Texas Club.
He should.
He should.
Look, we're going to tell him he needs to do that.
That'll be
Like
another
maybe on the way down here,
He met his darling at the Texas Club.
Yeah,
That's it.
I'm telling you, he needs to do that and drop
That's
that name in it.
You don't know how many people have told me that they met their significant other at.
I bet. I've had a lot of people, some people who've come to shows before because it was like the time that they had met there and stuff, which is really cool. And so, Mark, you have to try one of the boozy cupcakes.
All right.
Yeah, this one's called Party Girl. So, but we do have something for the boys. We do have the Bourbon Street Boy that has Maker's Mark in it.
Oh, I know
So
someone
what
that
does
likes
this have?
Maker's Mark.
That has vodka. Because that's a party girl, right?
Yes,
yeah,
vodka.
party girls are always vodka. Is it good?
Yes, it's good.
Yes,
We're just gonna
that's-
start the celebration.
Chef Amanda Schomburg, she made these, and we're going to have a bunch of them at the club for the party because, you can't have a party without cake, right?
Well, I never miss out on cake at a party.
You never met a cake you didn't like.
That's good.
I really think this is going to be a good time for a lot of people. And if you ever have memories of the Texas Club, then come celebrate Saturday night. If you don't have any memories of the Texas Club and you live in Baton Rouge or the greater Baton Rouge
Well,
area,
you need some memories.
yeah, you need to make a few memories. It's time to make some memories.
Right, and general admission tickets, just $10. And you can get them at the door that night.
That's
so-
right. Or $30
so-
if you want to hang with me and Kay.
Yeah, that's right. And have cake. But
That's right.
$10, come in. It's going to be a big party the entire night. So,
Well, thank y'all.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
We're so glad
Thank you so
came.
much
Congratulations.
for being with
Thank
us.
you,
And
Betsy.
love sharing all the great history. So.
And we're going to be right back with Leah Larson, Dr. Leah Larson. She is a dentist extraordinaire, and you'll be interested to hear what she has to say. And she's a lot of fun, too. So come on back, hang with us, and we hope you get a ticket.
Yep.
Good time.
Good time.
Great time.
My biggest concern was my family and being able to see me come home every day and know everything is going to be okay. I felt comfortable that I was being treated by some of the best. There were some scary points along the way, but it's just kind of like been a little blip in the road.
Money, wellness, fun. Rocket Right Radio takes you all across Louisiana and the nation with guests who live life to the fullest.
I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
I'm Dr. Kay Solar.
You're gonna love it.
Join us every week when we cover
Everything under the sun.
Live and learn with the Wright sisters.
Politics,
health,
music and entertainment.
local agnet.
Rocket Right Radio. You're gonna love it.
Whitetail Properties is not your average real estate company. Land specialist and MSU alum Jeff Taylor in Mississippi and LSU fan realtor Cade Taylor have teamed up. Their sole purpose is uniting buyers and sellers of recreational land. If you're interested in hunting, ranch, investment, and timber properties, Whitetail Properties experts have the right real estate for you. Call Jeff Taylor, 601-248-9433, or Cade Taylor, 225-719-0495, or visit whitetailproperties.com.
At Hightower Dental Concepts, we take a compassionate approach to family dentistry. Our goal is to make your dental experience comfortable and informative so you can make the best dental care decisions for you and your family. We're welcoming new patients to our dental family at Essen & Perkins, and we look forward to meeting you soon at Hightower Dental Concepts. Call us today at 769-0031 or request your appointment at info@dentalconceptsbr.com.
Young women are joining a movement to educate voters. Why? The need to represent our conservative and moderate values has never been more important. The values that made our nation the superpower it is. If you work, are in college, have children, every decision made at Louisiana State Capitol and City Council meetings impacts your wallet, your home, education, student loans, and everyday life. Become informed and involved through the LFRW Young Women's Initiative across Louisiana. Public policy impacts you and your family. Check out the Young Women's Initiative by emailing lfrw region1vp@gmail.com or call 504-382-3474. We look forward to talking to you soon.
There's a joy of life you'll find only in Louisiana. A spirit of celebration that takes your senses places they've never been before. Where expressions of joy are an art form and our way of life. Where an abundance of good food, good times, and great music means there's more than enough to go around. Come one, come y'all. Come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm John Goodman, inviting you to visit LouisianaTravel.com and plan your getaway today.
With the Rocket Right Show, I'm Dr. Kay Solar in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes. She's blowing around up here like a hurricane.
We're just so busy, excited, talking.
Yeah, so our medical segment is brought to you each week by Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. And we are so excited to have Dr. Leah Larson return with us tonight with Hightower Dental Concepts and talk about, because, we had one of the docs on from Mary Bird Perkins talking about, because April was Head and Neck Cancer Awareness Month, and one of the things that they mentioned was a lot of times some of these lesions were picked up by the person's dentist.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. There's some reasons. Sometimes people go, well, why do I need to go every 6 months to see my dentist? Well, that might be one of those reasons, right?
It is absolutely. The scary thing about oral cancer is that there is no standardized testing in terms of the screening of the initial signs of oral cancer. So really the only way that you're going to be able to initially detect that there's something wrong is through your dentist, your dental hygienist, or seeing your physician once a year. But the physician is not always looking under those little crevices that we have all over our mouth that food loves to get stuck in. But I have to say, thank you so much for having me back. It is such a pleasure.
We love seeing you.
Well, thank you guys for letting me be a part of the community. I love being here in Baton Rouge. Our patients, I love the relationships that we make with our patients, and that even the relationships that we do have with our patients, it makes it even more important to make sure that I'm that first line of defense. Our hygienists, Allison and Sherry and Dr. Fernandez, that we are the first line, that we're making sure that everything is looking normal. So one of the things about what we're going to focus more on the inside of the mouth, because oral cancer, it can include the borders of your mouth, and so that's another subject in itself. So we're going to talk about a little bit about the inside of the mouth. So the inside of the mouth, we're talking about the tongue, the floor of your mouth, the roof of your mouth, which includes that hard surface and then that soft surface, just like that the ear, nose, and throat doctor was talking about, and then you can get all the way to the back. So over 90 to 95% of oral cancers are related to the squamous cells. The squamous cells, it's a thin, flat cell that just lines most of the mouth.
Right.
Well, once you start seeing changes in that, that might mean that you could have cancer or something's going on. Well, what are some of those risk factors? Well, the biggest risk factor is tobacco use. So tobacco, smoking, vaping, chewing, pipe smoking. Another is heavy alcohol use. Another one I'm sure that the doctor spoke about was HPV, which is a sexually transmitted disease. And another one is a weak immune system. So with these risk factors, if you're using tobacco and alcohol, heavy use, it can increase that cancer by 30 times than somebody.
Isn't that crazy?
30 times is a lot.
And we live here in Louisiana, and most people, like to socially drink and smoke. So we got to keep an eye on what's going on in the mouth there.
Well, and of course, I'm glad that you brought out not just smoking, because people think that, I can do vaping that's safe, or I can do chewing tobacco and that's safe, but the chewing tobacco too. I mean, that's one of the big big causes.
Today,
so they're not substitutes.
No, definitely not a substitute. And they'll come out with more research on vaping. We're still waiting for that.
Right.
But regardless, we do have some great photos today.
Yeah. And I think we want to let's go ahead and pull up that first one. And
they are.
Dr. Larson's going to tell us what this is. Now, again, you can't see the roof of your mouth very well.
No, you can't.
Most likely, that probably if somebody ran their tongue up against there, it would feel normal, right?
It would feel normal because your tongue gets used to feeling the mouth. To develop the roof of your mouth like that takes years. So it looks like a dried up river creek. And what that's called is nicotinic stomatitis.
So that is from smoking or any tobacco type of using?
It is generally smoking and a lot of heavy smoking. And unfortunately, I've had pictures that are far worse than that that I've seen in the mouth. And we do recommend at some point getting that biopsy just to make sure that it doesn't transition into a cancer.
Right.
So that right there is a picture of. That last picture was a picture of smoking.
And now let's look at this one. I'm sure somebody sticks their tongue out and go, "Oh my gosh, what is that?"
And it's a really cool phenomenon. It's called Geographic Tongue. Now, if this is in your mouth, this is something that is absolutely normal.
Mm-hmm. There's probably people wanting to know where they can get that design on their tongue.
I've had a little.
People pierce a lot of stuff.
I've had some little areas on, when I've looked at my tongue, what was that? But it didn't look near as designer as that.
I'm going to keep my dull tongue, my dull normal tongue. That really is a surprise.
It is
I've never
a surprise.
seen anything like that.
And that right there is not cancer. Now this right here, this is a roof of a mouth, and it's on the that hard portion of the mouth. And as you can see, we have a little measurement right there because we continually, like I said, we'll take some pictures, and then if we're luckily, hopefully not seeing too many changes. So that right there is a soft bump on the roof of the mouth. And one of the things that I think that the head and neck doctor was talking about were those HPV-related cancers. And this right here, it has not been biopsied yet, is a papilloma. And what that is you can see that's just some round surface projection right there. And that can be associated, and let me just check with my notes here because I don't want to tell you something incorrect, but that's associated with HPV 6 and 11.
Which are usually the benign types, although they can be cancerous. They're not 100%, but they're less likely, and it's possible that person may have felt a little thing in their mouth because it's raised, or if it's really small, you could have just detected that on exam.
Or it's been there for years.
And they thought nothing about
it. They think nothing of it. But
if it's benign or if it's not benign, what would somebody do if they were to have that condition?
I recommend having it removed and having it biopsied because I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Absolutely, always. Now, what are we looking at here, Dr. Larson?
This right here, now this has not been biopsied. This is... So I can't give you the confirmed diagnosis because it really needs to be biopsied and looked underneath a microscope to have a confirmed diagnosis. But this is really towards the back of the throat, and we're getting close to the tonsils right there. You can see the edge of the tooth. And so when we do our exams, I'm having people say, and I'm really trying to see as far as I can back there. So this is actually the same picture, but it's, we zoomed up on it, and you can see that this is a projection, and it has some white, stocky components on it. So, like I said, I don't have a diagnosis, but it looks like another one of those common HPV virus, also known as a Verruca vulgaris, and that can be associated with HPV 2 and 6. Now, like you were saying, there are over 150 different types of HPV. Excuse me there. What they have found that HPV 18 and 16 are your more malignant types. But
any of them can do anything, and
correct.
you don't know without biopsying even which it is. Now, what is this picture?
Now, this is a picture of, this is what happens when you put smokeless tobacco in your cheek. And just like with chewing, most people, they have a certain side that they like to put their snuff or their smokeless tobacco. So what eventually happens, you start building up keratin. That's that white stuff that you see.
Because your body don't like it.
No, and your body's trying to form something protective.
Sort of wall itself off from that evil stuff.
Kind of
Yes. And our biggest recommendation, because quitting tobacco is a very difficult.
It is. It's like any habit.
Yes.
It's hard to break.
It is hard to break, and that's one of those things where switch sides. You know.
And sometimes if people see these pictures, because they don't really know what's going on there, sometimes
that's correct.
That can make them want to quit.
So a lot of these pictures that we showed you today, you may not be able to identify them by yourself.
Sure.
And that's really why you need a dental professional or even a physician to be in there looking. But when we're in there looking at your teeth, we're getting in these crevices. We're looking underneath your tongue. We're looking in those hard to see spaces that are just super, super dark.
Right.
So some of the signs that that there may be something wrong is if you're having symptoms that persist 2 to 4 weeks. And what kind of symptoms are we talking about? Generalized pain in a certain area, swelling, white spots or red spots or black spots that just don't seem to go away. As well as you can get some bleeding. Teeth can start moving, hard ability to swallow. And I'm sure that the ear, nose, and throat doctor was
persistent
talking.
Sore throats.
Yes, persistent sore throats. A change in your voice. That's another indication.
And change in your breath might also be an indication there's an infection or that there's something that really needs some care. And
Absolutely.
We can vouch for you about being not only very professional and thorough because you've taken care of our families, is you also are the most cheerful person. You are so cheerful. So if you're going to get bad news, you want it to be from somebody that's very, very nice and smiley and kind and very thorough and explains it very well. And you do a great job at that. You truly do.
Well, thank you. I really don't like delivering bad news, but needless to say, it is our job, and we want to give people the most. We want to give them the most information so that they can make the most informed decisions that's best for them.
Yes, that's right. And so you give them all that information. Well, thank you, Dr. Leah Larson.
Well, thank you so
You're
much.
also a Partners One member.
Yes.
We're Partners One members, and we're coming to you from the Partners One studio. So we're so glad that you could come and share all that great information with us. So we're going to share Leah's contact information, and we're going to be right back with her very handsome husband, Stephen Hightower with City Hospitality Group.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Mcmorris of Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, conveniently located off the I-12 corridor in Walker and Albany. If you suffer from sciatica, migraines, or other pain conditions, give us a call to see if we have a technique that best fits you. We have multiple techniques, including chiropractic adjustments, massage therapy, dry needling, rehab, and much more. Again, I'm Dr. Ron Mcmorris with Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, Walker, and Albany.
At Hightower Dental Concepts, we take a compassionate approach to family dentistry. Our goal is to make your dental experience comfortable and informative so you can make the best dental care decisions for you and your family. We're welcoming new patients to our dental family at Essen and Perkins, and we look forward to meeting you soon at Hightower Dental Concepts. Call us today at 769-0031 or request your appointment at info@dentalconceptsbr.com.
Some call it joie de vivre, the joy of life. In Louisiana, it's our way of life. From music that shakes up your senses to food that wakes up your palate. That joy vibrates in every note we play and spices up every meal we serve. So come live life to the fullest. Come one, come y'all, come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm Sean Ardway, inviting you to plan your trip at louisianatravel.com.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Whitetail Properties is not your average real estate company. Land specialist and MSU alum Jeff Taylor in Mississippi and LSU fan realtor Kay Taylor have teamed up. Their sole purpose is uniting buyers and sellers of recreational land. If you are interested in hunting, ranch, investment, and timber properties, Whitetail Properties experts have the right real estate for you. Call Jeff Taylor, 601-248-9433, or Kate Taylor, 225-719-0495, or visit whitetailproperties.com.
Visit one of our 21 state parks all over Louisiana.
Let's go to the state park. There are 21 of them, you know. And state parks have biking and hiking, tubing, and we can even ride horses. Or we can go exploring and even swim by a beach. They have cabins, really nice ones, with long fishing piers.
Don't forget to tell them about the discounts.
Oh yeah, book 3 nights and we get the 4th night free.
Great job.
Thanks.
Louisiana State Parks, we're ready for your adventure.
I had a meeting with Dr. Barfield and it kind of just hit me. It probably is cancer. After the surgery, I wasn't scared anymore. I was looking forward to getting started with chemo. Not one time did I get a nurse in a bad mood. I was here for 5 hours at a time and I did not dread coming. To get people from around the country to come to Baton Rouge, that says a lot right there. This place is cutting edge.
Welcome back to Rocket Right. We are so glad that you could hang with us because we're going to tell you a little bit about some tasty places that you need to go. So we have Stephen Hightower, and Stephen Hightower has actually created in Baton Rouge a group of experiences of very different restaurants with very different menus that are some of our very favorites. So we're so glad that you could be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for letting me be a part of the show.
Okay,
tonight.
I'm going to ask you the most difficult question, just like with your children. Which one's your favorite? No. I promise you no difficult questions, and look,
the
they're
best
right
one,
off the bat.
my favorite is my wife that went on right before
Hey,
this.
you know,
we love your wife.
Good answer.
We love your wife, and we're so glad that y'all could both come tonight, before date night.
Very special evening. So.
So you have City Pork, City Slice, Beau Soleil is the newest addition.
That's right.
Rouge Creole. And then City Pork Catering, which has done some really big events. So you're kind of covering the gambit from small plates and snacks and appetizers all the way up.
That's right.
And then,
I mean, we're a full service operation. I mean, we're adding another City Pork that's coming up at Highland at Perkins. And then hopefully a great Americana, slice of Americana with the Spoken Hub coming up on Government Street soon. So.
Cannot wait. I might actually live at the one that's on Highland and Perkins because that's really near my house.
But everybody at Jefferson will miss you. Because she's always, if you can't find Kay, she's at City Pork.
Well, that's because I used to live right behind that one. I still go back there all the time. which is one of my favorites of the group. I guess because it was the first baby. You know,
You're right.
It's the first baby for me. It was in my backyard, but I cannot wait till one opens closer. So
Thank you.
and now
Adrian's
let's. I heard it's going to be slightly different than the regular City Pork. Is that right? Maybe
So
bring in a few of the things from the kitchen and
That's right.
pie
So
concept.
for those that don't know, obviously we had City Pork Deli and Charcuterie underneath the overpass at Perkins,
Right.
which was our original location. That was an offshoot into City Pork Jefferson, and where we kind of expanded from just sandwiches and salads into more of a culinary driven experience as well.
Mm-hmm.
You could always count on those experiences with the sandwiches and salads that you'd come to love, but we took it to the next stop. Then
Right.
City Pork proper then we added our third location of City Pork Kitchen and Pie, which brought in a little bit of home cooking, some great favorites from your grandmother used to make, and that it kind of exploded into the pie business. So the new location is actually going to be an iteration of all of the greatest things about City Pork. So we're going to bring back some of the great lunch specials, the homemade pies, and all of the favorites that you've come to love over the years.
I was wondering about
the
that,
others.
and I know a lot of folks still don't realize you have an amazing breakfast every day
That's
of the week
That's
at
right.
City Pork Brasserie and Bar, and in addition to the brunch on Saturday and Sunday there. But how about the new location over there? Is it going to be breakfast?
We're not going to do any
spot
breakfast
too?
there, but we'll have a great brunch, just like you've come to know at Jefferson.
Yeah.
We'll start off there. If the people want breakfast, we'll be happy to do it. But we're coming out of the gate, starting out with just lunch.
For sure.
At lunch, dinner, and brunch.
You've
for
got a
sure.
lot going on.
Saturday and Sunday. So.
and
Saturday and
probably
Sundays.
a bar.
And I love
Yes,
yes.
we're gonna-
Oh, for sure.
That is-
Are you kidding?
Actually, Kay, we actually part of that location, we're going to create the Wild Boar Bar. So we are.
Oh, the Wild Boar Bar. I
So
love that.
We'll have within that location, it's going to be City Pork, but we'll have the Wild Boar Bar at City Pork, which can
love
be
that.
fun. A little country music, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
And have some fun out there on the
And ask people to say that a whole bunch of times after they've had a few drinks.
That's right. That's right.
Then
I
you know
can
they can't drive
just
home.
hear that having Wild Boar Bar.
Yeah, the Wild Boar Bar. I don't know.
But I do love the fact that you have at your locations brunch on Saturday and Sunday, because so many places just have Sunday, and a lot of folks want brunch on Saturday, and I love that.
I mean, look, that's been kind of our mantra from the beginning. If our guests want something, we're going to do everything in our power to give it to them, and that really is what we do our best at all of our restaurants, Beausoleil, Rouge Creole, City Slice, on down. We don't want to ever say no, and we work very hard with our management teams. That's our mantra. Like, if we can make it happen, we're going to do it. And we're going to try to exhaust every opportunity to be able to give you the answer is yes. And if we can't, we can't. But at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. So,
Well, you really accommodated everyone during COVID, during the pandemic, because you came up with very unique ideas to be able to deliver foods to neighborhoods through homeowners associations,
Yeah.
including Kay's, and you were so kind to let us do our show in an empty restaurant as people
At
were
Rouge
picking up
Creole,
and going out.
yeah.
That's right, because we did not have a place in the studio to be able to do that, and you allowed us to do that there, and we just thank you, because that's how we were able to get on the air moving into television last
Yeah.
July.
Yeah.
So you really supported us.
well, I want to thank y'all. I mean, I want to thank the community of Baton Rouge. I mean, we had this opportunity to really differentiate ourselves at the same time based on what was happening. And obviously we sit here tonight, mask mandate lifted, vaccines getting out.
Hallelujah.
So many exciting things that are on the horizon. Hopefully we continue to go in a direction where we get close to normal. But it was lessons learned from those neighborhood deliveries, lessons learned from understanding that it's about relationships that we build with our guests and our customers. And Kay, I mean, look, it was the neighborhood you lived in, but I hope that you keep coming back, because we built that relationship through our food and hospitality. Yeah. And if you don't, you tell me. Now we're going to make that right.
No, I can't ever decide which one I want to go to on any given night is my only issue.
We've been honored to have you. We're honored to have so many people, and we want everybody to trust that we're going to deliver every time, whether that's through curbside or takeaway or the neighborhood deliveries or anything that we're doing. So,
well, and what I really love when I come to visit any one of the given restaurants is your managers, your waiters, waitresses. They've been with you for a while, and they know the customers. And I think that is always something that impresses me, and it makes you feel like you're going to your neighborhood place.
You're going to see your friends. You like them.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm very fortunate to have a lot of great people that work with us, and people always ask me like, "Oh, you're doing this one, and you're so busy." And you know what? I'm actually not as busy as maybe as I used to be. It's because I'm so lucky to have so many great people that work for us that understand what it means to be a part of this community and make those relationships. So, I'm very fortunate, and I thank the Lord, the lucky stars, whatever it takes every day, because we've been great. But yes, I wouldn't be here today if I wouldn't have had a restaurant platform to meet both of you. So.
Well, and I can tell you, your girls with the catering, Katie and Jessica,
yes, ma'am.
They did my 3rd Street Songwriters Festival. It was an outdoor thing, and it was just fantastic and beautiful, and everyone just loved it. And I know that y'all are doing a lot of catering around for events, but it was fantastic.
Well, thank you very much.
And a lot of things that people don't realize that you have going on, like I know that the Catholic High, talk about real quick the student group, because they just had a big dinner over there, and I heard it was a huge success.
It was actually my 20th official restaurant opening, so
that's crazy.
During COVID, we had to diversify our business, so that got us into the cafeteria business. We took over Catholic High School. Within that platform, we created a group called the Grizzly Hospitality Group, a bunch of young men, students that said, hey, we have our own ideas. We feel like we have a platform to open up a new restaurant, and they did it, and they called it the Cajun Soul.
Love it.
Isn't that wonderful?
It was unbelievable. I mean, great food. They came up with the menu. They came up with the logo, the uniforms for the staff, the way the dining room. We totally took part of their cafeteria and turned it into a completely different look. We had alligator heads, all this other stuff.
Awesome.
So,
well, you've got to come back, because you've got more, and you've got more announcements to make. And so we thank you so much for coming, Stephen Hightower. And just remember, if you're going to rock it, make sure you rock it right.
Thank you.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Rock It Right with Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is brought to you by these generous sponsors. Partners One, better barter for Baton Rouge and beyond.
Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center, Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts, Advantage Health Solutions with Dr. Boyd Michael Helm, Hightower Dental Concepts with Dr. Leah Larson, City Group Hospitality including City Pork Brasserie and Bar, City Pork Catering, City Slice, City Taco, Rouge Creole, and Beau Soleil.
Talent 360 Consulting with Vicki Little, Jeff Taylor, Realtor and Forester with Whitetail Properties. The 3rd Street Songwriters Festival. Elite Chiropractic with Dr. Ron Mcmorris. LouisianaIsATrip.com. Take one. Thank you for making our show possible.